Hi, I'm Lauren English, licensed professional counselor and business development representative with Pinnacle Pointe Hospital, and I'm happy to be back on Wellness Wednesday. This week, we're going to be talking about tips for dealing with grief and loss. And I know this is a topic that everybody can relate to, and especially right now, the global coronavirus pandemic has created a new reality marked by grief and loss. Many events have been canceled due to this pandemic. Weddings, concerts, meetings, just the way that we work now is completely different than it was at the beginning of the year. So today we want to give you some signs to look for if you're experiencing grief, and also some tips that you can use that may be helpful for you. So first, what are some things that can mark grief and loss? Maybe that's a job loss, financial anxiety, maybe just changes in your daily living, not getting to see loved ones. A lot of times we associate grief with just death, but many things in life can cause grief and loss. So I think that's an important tip to remember as we talk about that today. Also, just sadness over not living life like you used to. Maybe fear for the future can create an anticipatory grief. And then also some signs that you want to look for that you might be struggling with grief are trouble focusing on mental tasks, just your everyday life, sleeping more or less than usual, change in appetite, eating more or less, also having headaches, upset stomach, irritability, and just re-experiencing feelings of grief maybe that you had before, maybe if you struggled with grief in the past. And then also engaging in activities that may be causing you to distract yourself, maybe too much online shopping or eating or drinking more than usual. The good news is that we as people are very resilient, and we've been through tough things before. And I know many of you have been through tough times in the past. And so one tip that I want to give you if you're dealing with grief is to think about what you've dealt with in the past and how you got through it. And so that's going to be your first step, realizing that this is hard and you're grieving a loss of some type, but you've also been through something before in life that you've had to use your resilience for. So think about what that was that you did. Maybe you journaled, maybe you went to a therapist to talk to somebody about what was going on in your life at the time, and maybe you got better and you were able to build on that resilience and move forward. And another tip that I want to leave with you today is to name and claim your grief. So that's going to be a really important step. You want to be able to really process what it is that you're grieving. A lot of times we just push all of that down instead of really thinking about what is it that I'm struggling with. Maybe that's a loss of a relationship. Maybe that's just not getting to see people that you used to. Maybe your life looks a lot different than it was before. Being able to really sit down, whether you write that down or you speak about it to somebody in your life, is going to be a huge step in naming and claiming your grief. And then also, lastly, give yourself time. Everybody grieves at a different pace, and there's not a 5-step program for how you should be grieving. Everybody goes through things in a different way, and they also process their grief differently. So give yourself time to work through these emotions. And if you find yourself not feeling better or continuing to experience grief in a way that is concerning to you, please contact us at Pinnacle Pointe. We treat kids ages 5 to 17 for mental health concerns, and we would be happy to do a free assessment 24/7 by phone at 1-800-880-3322. We have licensed professionals ready and willing to help you. Thanks so much.